Hey everybody, it's the Last Robokai here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Prey. This time is treasure hunt time. We're gonna go around the station doing quests and things that we've just got sort of sitting our little handy thing that transcribe, I guess is what. Yeah, it's a transcribe tells us everything. I've never actually had to. I've never had to refer to it before.
To me, it's just a PDA like everything else. Only it's actually useful on like a Palm Pilot.
Yeah, and obviously, Cool Guy is here with us on this journey. We are gonna do actually a little bit more of the plot too, and it's gonna be like a big climax and everything. But mostly we're here. Mostly we're here to like get treasure.
It's a quest sandwich.
Yeah,
money sandwich or some. I don't know. It's some kind of sandwich, and I'm hungry now.
let's get stuck straight in and pretend it's a sandwich and get stuck into it.
Привет, Morgan.
Yeah, hi.
Okay, right, yeah.
Yeah, Michaela's...
I forget what that means in Russian.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't speak the language. I barely speak English. As people can attest to. Yeah, so our first job is getting Michaela's info on what happened to Michaela's dad from deep storage. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, I happened to look at the achievement list for this game, and that had something of a spoiler. It was a mistake on my part.
That's fine. So we're just gonna mindjack this guy. He's gonna bother the other telepath, and then he's gonna be like, "Hey, wait a minute! I'm not on your side." Oh god, I exploded.
Was that a telepath mindjacking a telepath?
Don't think so.
Man, that sounds incredible. If so.
That massively shoved there.
Interesting if true.
It's got some of the most annoying of shoves, and their shots are homing too. They're really annoying. I hate telepaths.
Yeah, I noticed that the first time I had one of those come in. I was just sort of like, wow, that's totally tracking you.
Well, we sorted it out.
It's still the weirdest frickin' thing.
Here we go. We did it. We ate the super fruit. Nom.
And now we have to go write a navel gazing blog post for an organic market somewhere.
Well, it didn't kill us, so at least we know that guy's thing worked. We're also gonna get the last of the smuggler caches as well. I looked those up and was like, oh hey, there was one here all that time. I didn't need to go to hardware labs for that other one. But hey, whatever.
We'll get there eventually. Just meh.
So two more of the numbers that we need are down below here. There is one in cargo bay, and I think the other I forget. Oh yeah, no, there's one in... I don't know. Anyway, I do know we've already gotten the one with the water, and the other one is right here. But so there you go. That's Rosalind's map.
There is some Toho fan out there right now that is giggling to themselves, and the rest of our viewers will never know why.
Ah, that's right. I remember. The other one is in the fuel area, so we're just gonna boosh out there by this way rather than go via the shuttle bay.
Man, like this is it's weird how much better you've gotten, like, or more accustomed to this you've gotten since it started. It almost, I mean, obviously the perspective still got completely screwed up there, but you were still just sort of, you're still gliding through this like, you're just a fish that hopped into water. It's not a big deal. Mm-hmm. I don't know why you ever thought this was awkward. It's really weird how used to this you've gotten.
Yeah, you spend enough time in space, I guess you sort of acclimatize to it.
That's kind of cool. Yeah, even then, it's just like, okay, well, yeah, this is the way I need to be. You didn't even wait for the normal gravity thing to straighten you out. You were just like, this is implicitly correct.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Very nice.
Machine. We don't need no machines to tell us how to do things.
You also don't need no education or no mind control.
So yeah, and because we got the other one that was already in the water treatment area, the last one, and no, we're still walking through the shuttle bay.
Hazardous atmosphere.
When I was doing a practice run, this is when I got attacked by the Nightmare, and it was kind of a fun battle, and I was expecting it again, and it didn't happen. Depressing.
Yeah, that's why the shotgun came out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh right, this area is lacking in oxygen, that's why it's dangerous. I'm sitting here just like, what the hell is dangerous about this area?
Also, we can get the neuromodel up here that I mentioned before. Tuned in, because this is another way if you want to go up and you don't want to have to like reactivate power and things like that.
Seems legit.
Yeah, I'm just sort of showing this off.
Man, the muted sound over here is very poignant.
Air supply system malfunction.
Yeah, you see, you sort of come out the back of that pop plant. So there you go. And I still love all the extra movement we get from like the jump pack and the extra bounces. Feels so good.
Yeah, that very much looks like the sort of thing that you don't necessarily notice until you have it, and then you're just like, oh my god, how did I ever live without this?
I'm sending you the code to my grav shaft, assuming it still works.
Yeah.
He just sort of grumbles that out.
Yeah, Alex wants us to go meet him, so we'll bump into him along the way, because we still got to get his key, and the only way we're going to get his key is if we meet with him, probably. Find out where he's hiding. Ow.
Boogers.
Okay.
Go away, boogers.
Alright. Apparently I was not moving enough for them to notice me. Ow. I mean, I was kind of damned if I did, damned if I didn't at that point.
Yeah, no, I mean, you could either move and it would just it'd be like, oh hey, something to blow up, or you could not move and it just, stand next to something that's gonna blow you up forever.
Yeah, I suppose the fact that there was someone talking about the smuggling ring underneath that one was probably a pretty good hint that was also a smuggling container. And I have so many grenades, I've been barely using them. But that's just how I play video games. I'm not often a grenade user.
It's one of those things where after you figure out something that works, using something that might not work tends to be a disproportionately harder sell. I mean, from a purely rational stance, you should just be like, hey, this should be just as easy to learn, right? But not so much. People don't quite go in with that.
My collection, the gallery of photos the others used to laugh at. Each picture is a decryption key to a set of neural data, connectomes, the guests who came to the station. Among them, Leitner, the pianist, is dead now. We can't let those skills be lost. It's all that's left of them. Please, Morgan, if you can, I would be grateful. I'm sending you an audio file that will open this safe in my room. You can play it with your transcribe.
I swear to God, this has absolutely nothing to do with the 2 neuromods that I have on my person that I didn't give you.
Yeah.
That execution.
Oh yeah, it's just gets me every time. I always forget that that's the thing that happens, and then it just smooshes them.
I was honestly just a sort of just being like, okay, well, he's just gonna shoot him, and then it's gonna be a hilarious dead mimic, and then you stomped him not only once but twice, and it was a doubly hilarious dead mimic. It is really hysterical to watch you mind jack frickin' Typhon organisms, particularly the telepath. It was just like, this needs to be an achievement called irony or something, or turnabout is fair play. You better frickin' believe turnabout's fair play.
This is the one place in the Arboretum we haven't been yet.
Morgan, I won't be joining you.
Of course
Don't
you
worry,
won't be.
there's no trick. Just a gift from your big brother. It's the truth, like I promised. Took me a while to dig it up. Someone wanted to hide it from you. My computer.
Another video. Give it a look and we'll talk. I'm sending you the password. Assuming you haven't hacked your way in yet.
The first time I played this game, I had 100% hacked my way in.
That statue was worth a lot of money, Morgan. I'm gonna be charitable and assume you scuffled with a Typhon and didn't just break it out of spite.
The first time I played this game, I did break it in during a scuffle.
You don't have to be charitable, because that was literally the truth, and then you were a dick, so, we did it anyway.
Yeah, well, Yeah, a whole bunch of mimics just came bursting in, and I was just like, oh god! And, like, blew it up with a shotgun.
You're just like, that couldn't possibly be real.
He's like, I can't believe you destroyed it. It's like, dude, like, you're worried about that? Did you not know the mimics in your frickin' office?
He has sensors on everything, but not on mimics, because Alex Yu is an amazing person.
Yeah,
Alright. Email,
that's some just stuff about the missing Kia. Like, they found our bug out bag ages ago. So yeah, talking about, Daniel Shaw talking about how freaking Morgan has, like, this operator doing its own thing.
Mm-hmm. No subject.
Yep, this is about the fact that Alex wasn't going to his usual fitness tests, because he's fat.
Yeah, he's definitely fat.
And there's the personality drift
Psyche
emails.
Val, yeah.
Oh, there's a fabrication plan
for a neuromod, which we found about 1,000 years ago.
Yep, so this is the rooftop bridge to get to the escape pod. I'm just going to open it, because there are, like, a few items sitting next to it, so take advantage of it. Free items. It's free
Boy, that
items.
takes a second.
Yeah, well, it's a very long. We're not watching it happen, but you can sort of see the.
I mean, get the idea of the scale there. On main screen. Main screen, turn on, bitches.
Alright, let's watch. Eventually.
Yeah, seriously. Quit loading and get done.
My name is Morgan Yu. Year is 2035. I'm aboard the Talos 1 research facility. What else?
Why are we making this video?
Right. Because my big brother is paranoid. Psychometric data is showing statistically significant variance in personality patterns between trial runs of the new neuromods. Whatever. I feel more like myself than ever. I mean, look at this. We did it, Alex. It's real.
Enjoy it while you can, because in a few minutes, it'll all be gone when we strip out the neuromods and reset.
I know, including my memory of it.
No way around it. Let's talk about the backup.
So, the Typhon organisms have been producing an elaborate structure. Material is unknown, purpose unknown. My gut tells me it's kind of a neural framework, but externalized. Still waiting on analysis to confirm. In the meantime, I've given Alex the design for a device I think could shut it down, if it ever broke containment. Alex just has to grow a pair and commit.
You don't have to take all the credit. What if it doesn't work?
It'll work. Trust me. What else are we going to do? Blow everything up? That won't save us.
And if it does work, is it worth it?
The people that come after us will be smarter, stronger, immortal. They can judge us if they want. But they'll know they exist because of the things we did. I'm ready. Do it.
So, that won't save us.
Well,
That's very interesting.
everything I've done is what you've asked me to do. I didn't think you'd believe me unless you heard it from your own mouth. The tests, they changed you. Not a lot at first, but eventually, the constant stripping of your memory. I didn't know who you were anymore. All I want is to have my sister back so we can finish what we started. The device you mentioned, it's an advanced version of the null wave. It's the only way to stop the Typhon without destroying everything we've been working toward. We're just missing some scan data from the coral to complete the design. Help me finish this, Morgan. And then, you can have my arming key. I don't believe you want to use it anymore, but chip set for you on my desk. You'll need to upgrade your psychoscope to scan the coral. I'll send you the scan locations.
So, something very interesting to note in all of that is that, yeah, it seems that, and there will be something later that sort of additionally confirms this, but, like, everything that's been going on... Oh yeah, this is the aforementioned I can't stop running into everything.
Dude.
Ah!
Oh my
And then I pressed the wrong
goodness.
button. And I'm just like, fuck,
Even better.
still got it.
2
So yeah,
seconds left.
everything has essentially been our fault.
Once things get as bad as I think they probably are, your only option is to escape. Get the word out about what's happening on Talos 1. Alex has a private escape pod. It's locked up. I made a copy of the key and hid it on top of the data tower near the chair. You know the one I'm talking about. Listen, there's more at stake this time than just us, or this station. If just one of those creatures made it back home, then we're lost. I keep having this dream. I'm just staring into the black between the stars. There's something there. I know there is. I just can't see it. But it sees me. I can feel it. Hate us. I know you know what I'm talking about. Or you will soon.
They hate our freedom.
these things that we don't know.
These weird things. They hate our freedom. Okay, well, I mean, the most interesting thing to me on that entire thing was presuming you want to take into account that actually is a legitimate video, because let's be real, like Photoshop for voices exists now. 2035, yeah, you're gonna be able to fake a video like that. But the thing that caught my attention was Morgan saying, blow everything up, that won't save us. What? Why exactly? Because that seems like the literal nuclear option to me.
Well, I suppose the argument is, if they're outside the station, and they get far enough outside the station, you know, like, mimics can survive deep space travel. It won't stop them from heading towards Earth and heading towards another station out there.
But if scanning the coral will grant you access to Alex's arming key, then perhaps it's the best course. Perhaps knowing the coral's purpose will reinforce your decision to destroy Talos 1. Just be careful. We're running out of time.
Yeah, January. Like, I get that you're a robot and you literally can't do anything that's not in your programming or whatever, but damn, girl, you're one note.
At least she's like, well, you know, like, maybe, you know, I can't deny that was you in the video. So
Yeah.
I think the big thing I've always wanted to talk about in this regards is that January and Alex are designed to evoke characters from previous games like System Shock and BioShock and their, you know, and their various sequels and everything. You know, you've got the strange AI that's helpful. You've got the man at the top of the tower. Also, we've got the nightmare. The man at the top of the tower, as everything is falling down around him, not willing to accept that things are slipping out of his control. But in the end, in Prey, the AI is not here to betray you. The man at the top of the tower isn't driven solely by arrogance. He was convinced by one of the most important people in his life, one of the people he cares about the most.
Who ostensibly is you.
Yeah, everything that's happened here is ostensibly Morgan's fault. The fact that the sacrifices got the way they went way too far with everything. When it comes down to it, it's on the player's character's head, and it's up to you to decide, you know, did we go too far? Is it our fault? How much are we willing to accept on this, and how do we take responsibility? Because we now have a second option. one that will retain all the information and all the research and everything we've gained, because and yeah, like there's just so much to this, and I love it. But I just love the fact that they subvert the expectations for a shock game so well, because yeah, like January is not going to betray us, like, and you know, and Alex isn't going to like try and just like, you know, he's not going to have a you know, a sequence where he, you know, basically like, you know, mind controls you with keywords or whatever. It's just
He's
that
not
nightmare
Atlas,
was having a good day.
He's not Comstock. He's not.
Yeah.
And he certainly isn't anyone like Shodan's stand-in for System Shock 2, whose name I'm forgetting right now.
Yeah, they're basically people compelled by you, by Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
Like the name, I suppose, of you is the biggest hint whose fault it is. There's no way that last name choice wasn't like 100% intentional. Also, here is our last number.
Oh, hey, there it is.
Yep.
I completely overlooked that.
Yep. That was Stabfellows. And because now we're in the living area, we can just go to Abigail's workstation
Pop on
and
over.
punch it in. Get ourselves a prize. But while we're here, we're also going to go look for that security guard's wife, whose name I've forgotten. And for some reason, she's up here in the guest room.
Forgetting names.
Yeah. She's up here in the guest room. For some reason, I don't know. I don't know why she's here.
Yeah.
But she is.
Can only figure on why.
Close.
Boy, but no cigar, Phantom.
Yeah, so there's a wedding ring.
Well, that's going to be bad news, but I don't think anybody expected anything different.
Yeah, we've also got Alex's key to his quarters, so we can poke around in here for a while. The this is where the last copy of the Starbender book series.
Book 6.
Yeah, there we go.
I was born for this. Yeah, sure, whatever, man.
Yeah, it's like.
Oh, good. Of course, there's a mimic. The freaking most locked place on the station. And of course there's a goddamn mimic inside.
Yeah, there's a very good reason why why Alex isn't hiding in his room.
Swear to God.
Found this one interesting.
What is this?
This is the time it takes to repair an object.
That's kind of a nice little bonus, I guess.
Yeah, probably would have been a whole lot better a lot earlier in the game, but
yeah,
hey.
I was gonna say that's why I don't sound more enthusiastic. Man, shades of Jensen's apartment up in here. Like, just this entire kitchenette. Oh my lord. Just the choice of food in the pantry is also incredibly appropriate.
I love the unused treadmill. Like he was like considering doing, like he was too embarrassed to do exercise in front of everybody else. So he was considering doing it
And then
considering doing it, yeah, at home, but still hadn't done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of vulnerability, which is interesting. So yeah, they were aware that the Chief Ilyushin and Morgan had met, though they didn't meet to like
bring a medical matter and blah 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 blah. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, so he was already well onto Michaela at that point, and he did easily find out that she had her health problems.
A neurological condition, yeah.
Yeah.
I forget exactly what they even which one they even called it or what disorder it was, but
Paraplexus.
You know, Abraxas, that's what it was. Thank you.
Paraplexus.
Paraplexus, that's what I meant to say.
Come back here.
A long day, all right. Give me a break.
Sorry, I was just about laughing at me. I'm just like, fuck.
Fuck! Ah, mimic! No! I do like the idea that the mimics seem to be running from you more and more as the game progresses. It finally completed after you find all of their silly little things. How did he not see you?
I have maximum stealth, so my footsteps make no noise now.
All right, that's
That was
fair.
one of the things I upgraded when we were buggering around in the waiting for the.
I saw you upgrading stealth. I didn't take a good look at what the skill meant, or like the skill. What's the word I'm looking for? Setup was. Oh yeah, here's a hidden.
So now we have the code, and sorry, I'm
quick
just
saving to.
Yeah, I was thinking
make
I was
sure
going
you
to cut
can't
this stuff
screw it up.
out, and then I didn't. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing here at this point. I think.
Taking a gluey dump on
Yeah.
Abigail's floor for
Yeah.
one thing.
Okay, so we know it doesn't tell you what
order?
what order it is, so we're just gonna try a
Yep.
few ones. This is kind of mean. There's no there's the numbers are always the same, but the variations are always the variation is always different, and there's quite a few permutations of this.
Yeah, you're basically looking at 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 potential permutations, which would be, that's 24. Yeah, 4 times 3 is 12 times 2 24.
Yeah,
And
so
you
we got it.
it on. Yeah, and you got it on what? Like try 6? That's pretty good, dude.
Yeah, I was lucky. Do I got it? I haven't equipped it yet. I will. Because it's the game master's favorite.
Yeah,
it's a
I
pretty.
wasn't
it's a
paying
pretty
at all
neat...
attention to what you got.
That noise. That means that something's been dropped directly into your inventory.
Oh, I see.
So, Dr. Igwe's office now, or his room. Sorry.
Error.
Yeah, I just love how this game plays with your expectations. Like, you almost expect someone's like going to pull the "aha, I am secretly a Typhon overlord" on you, and they don't. Like, the game respects you too much to pull the same titled "haha" trick on you.
Yeah, the subversion of all of the basic things that you could try to intuit are just fantastic. I mean, I didn't even remotely have an idea that Morgan was not going to. I figured she was going to be involved, but the ringleader and all of the other junk that went in there in terms of all of the thought she's put into this was not in my purview. Also, open the door.
There we go.
There it goes. You broke the thing.
The lock was keyed to the first concerto Leitner played. It was the first time Maya heard him, and we were both. I felt small in the light of his skill. I can play it now too, thanks to a neuromod, but only in my head.
You used a guest neuromod.
I copied their neuroscans and hid the data on my transcribe. Fabricated my own mods. I'm not proud of the act. Now, I'm glad I did.
That's a whole bunch of quests
The only
down there.
surprising thing here is that he admitted it in front of Illusion.
So now we're at deep storage.
Morgan, this is Igwe. I stepped out for a moment. Miss Illusion's father, Andronov, the cosmonaut, he was here. I know he was. I'm sure there are logs, records in deep storage, but Morgan, you know what happened to him already. You've simply forgotten what you did. Miss Illusion, she may not understand. Do what you must. But if the records are gone, or happen to be destroyed due to the station damage, it would be for the best.
I really appreciate that he's like just the juxtaposition of that. I realized that wasn't necessarily orchestrated by the game, but the juxtaposition of, hey, by the way, I did this pretty colossally unethical thing for my own good. So, and I'm not proud of it, but I'm glad that I did it. And then, by the way, Morgan, this is a colossally unethical thing that you should probably do for your own good, and you're probably going to be glad you did it. just going out there is like, okay, like, you really haven't changed in the last 15 seconds, clearly.
There we go, the Adventurer's Toolkit. So I was calling it the Games Master's favorite. It's actually the Game Master's ire if you like brute force the code, like knowing the numbers before you actually do it. So we're gonna turn off the battery optimizer because the toolkit comes with a battery optimizer, and what you get is increased recycle yield, increased range critical hit chance. Your flashlight is better, and you crawl through tight spaces a lot better.
Well, that's damn.
Yeah, Abigail's got us. She's gotten us sorted out. All right, so there's our arming key too.
She must have been one hell of a programmer.
I don't want to alarm you, but there's been a launch from the Argus platform. Board of Directors has caught wind of the situation here. I suppose it was inevitable despite my efforts. That's why it's important we act quickly, decisively. They'll try to take this out of our hands, Morgan.
That's another reason why Alex has been so trying so hard to sort of keep things under wraps.
The Board of Directors.
Because the Board of Directors will probably not handle this as tenderly as we've been trying to.
I mean, would you, like, all of it... Honestly, this is one of those situations where brute force seems like the most reasonable response. I mean, we're talking about an entire race of weird, creepy crawlies that have swiped containment, and they're just like, okay, well this needs to be fixed.
All right, so we could play the audio file, but since I'm going to play it in front of Michaela, let's just save the surprise for when we get there. And after you do that, the thing shuts down. So, yeah, it served its purpose. It's done.
In what universe does when you do something unauthorized, it just tells you it?
Transfer coming in. Downloading now. Morgan, thank you. Thank you so much. I cannot believe it. I'll wait for you to come back before I listen to it. Be careful, Morgan.
That's probably not the best idea, Michaela. This is where she just gets ready to come around and just deck us in the face.
There we go. So let's give Kevin his wife's ring. Yeah, Kev.
Hey, Kevin. Here's the thing.
So she didn't make it. You didn't have to do this, but thank you, ma'am. And Morgan, I owe you an apology. Once you vanished into the sim lab, Sarah asked me to try and learn what I could from the psychotronics staff, discreetly. I took too long, but I learned you were in the lab without your consent. I didn't even consider that possibility. When we heard, Sarah was quick to begin action against your brother, but then, well, things fell apart. I should have worked harder, dug deeper, especially after all you've risked for us. I'm sorry.
So even if the Typhon outbreak hadn't happened, things probably would have come to a head regardless.
With the lifts
Yep, because everybody knew that Alex was doing awful things in there.
Yeah, Sarah Elazar is incredibly competent at her job.
Surprisingly, I completely misjudged the woman. I will admit.
I don't think they would.
I don't understand. Thank you.
You don't understand what?
Strange feeling.
Just things in general.
Lightner's gift to the world in my hands. He will live on. I wish my wife could have heard him play again. That was brave of you. To recover the connectomes for me, I appreciate it. I appreciate all you and Transtar have done for me.
Let's not overstate what Transtar has done.
Well, to be fair, this guy was like completely on the outs in the scientific community and stuff like that. The man was a walking joke. He was like a punch. He was a punchline, and everyone was just like bullying the unholy crap out of him.
I haven't had much success in calling up more fabrication plans.
So like I can totally understand why he would be incredibly thankful for like everything that's happened for him, because essentially they gave him
it gave him vindication. Then it also took his wife away from him and nearly killed him. And apparently,
his wife died of like like natural causes.
Oh, that's
or
right. I keep
disease or something. Yeah.
forgetting who TranStar has and hasn't killed. There's a lot of variables to keep track of in this game. Damn it. This episode should just be called "Cool Guy Forgets Things."
Yeah. So instead of slowly regenerating, we'll regenerate when we stand in the coral now, which is actually a lot faster. So it's better than the.
Particularly with how ubiquitous coral has become.
All right, it's time to like seriously upset Michaela.
Me in January
This is a
anymore.
bad
The
idea.
two of us can hold down the fort here.
For a sec.
Are you all right? The download came through. It's ready.
Yep, there we go.
Morgan,
There it is.
Your office is relatively secure. Come back if you need to rest or use the fabricator.
And away we go.
Authorization.
Variant C, subject V-010655-32.
Subject 32 is in the chamber.
Psychoscopes on, everyone.
Do you have a family?
Prep the Typhon Cacoplasmus.
I have a daughter. They took me from her. I was promised I would see her again. I signed your papers.
Let's stay focused, everyone.
Your family. You must hate them very much to do this. I hear it in your voices.
Track his vitals.
32 is showing signs of distress. Elevated cortisol, heart rate, perspiration. Nothing in the red yet.
Look at me. Look at the man you're killing.
Mimic is in the tube.
Permission to release? Morgan?
What you do kills us both.
Release. Typhon Cacoplasma specimen is in the chamber with subject 32. Subject vital signs are gone.
Make a note. Replication followed the usual pattern. Appears unaffected by the subject's age. Morgan, did you get a good scan?
Yeah. Data looks good. Scrub it and send it out to me as soon as you can. I want a new design on the mimicry connectomes before I dive into the sim again.
You performed the procedure? The what? Killed him? And you knew? Why? And to think, Morgan, I thought you were trying to help me. Why would you save me to do this? To buy back some guilt? So I'd forgive you? My father is right. You don't understand. Your father, mother, your stupid, deluded brother. You will never understand family. You don't even understand what it means to be human. Get the hell away from me.
Oh, thanks, Igwe.
Shut up, Igwe.
Something that didn't proc during that is the presence of January. Usually January starts to try to explain that, you know, we don't actually remember that we did all these things. And Michaela just goes, shut the fuck up. I really don't want to hear this bullshit from you right now.
She hasn't wanted to hear any other of January's limp explanations. I can't imagine why she would be that interested in that one. Now, I really appreciated in that the way that they handled the pause right before Michaela's tirade.
Oh,
I was just I was sitting here just like, oh god, is she like not going to react? And then she just turns on us, and I'm just like, yeah, all right, deserving this really hard right
100%, 100%, like probably deserved worse. Like this this episode's secret title is "It's All Your Fault, Morgan." What the fuck? There's a lot of everybody over there. I ain't putting up with this. Sadly, not enough to kill any of them, but whatever.
There's still plenty of fun things for you to pick up over there.
Yeah, I suppose that helps.
Oh my gosh, seriously, relax, Mimics. You're not getting anywhere. Like, this is not happening for you. I realize you think it is, but it's not.
Considering how many enemies there were, that was surprisingly took care of them all
Painless?
surprisingly well. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's sort of how I figured it would go. By the time you're clowning on the nightmare as hard as you are, I just get the feeling that a couple of mimics prancing towards you is just sort of like you're more like an environmental hazard now than you are a true enemy.
And of course, Poltergeist. Honestly, I could just ignore it and leave.
I mean, you could, but where would be the fun in that?
Come out.
Oh, there
the
you
office.
are.
I can't hit him with a box when he's in there.
He's just.
Now he's over there.
Sport. That's what he is. He hit you in the face.
Yeah, it's rude as hell.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, there's two.
Did he seriously? Oh, okay. For a minute there, I thought the poltergeist managed to just do like a frickin' bank shot and hit you after he died.
Nope.
Okay. Alright, there being two at least makes my life make sense again.
Yeah, I was just like, can you
Could you
I track these guys down? Yeah. Two really does spice it up though. I like it.
Oh yeah, no, poltergeists are still an amazing enemy, even if they're not especially threatening.
At this point, I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'm leaving. Oh, there you are.
And of course, he gets one last lick in and damages your suit.
Throws a turret in my face.
What a jerk.
Even deactivated turrets are causing me problems. I'm just gonna eat all the food. Fuck it. I'm gonna have a depressed binge fest.
A gorillion calories. That's the only thing that can fill the hole inside you is a gorillion calories.
I feel terrible enough for what we did to Michaela, so I'm basically just shoveling food into my mouth to try and make the pain go away.
I've been thinking about the video Alex showed you. Your brother believes that version of you is the true Morgan. But why? Just because it came first? If someone had made you, then I suppose your truest self would be the one that fulfills whatever purpose your maker intended. I know who made me, and why. Did someone make you, Morgan? Were you made for something? If not, you'll have to invent your own purpose. Or have none at all. Strangely, of all the things I know about you, I don't know what you believe. You have to decide, Morgan. Who are you?
I actually really like that line of dialogue from January, because it is a very interesting question. It's like, why are you doing this? Like, what's your purpose? What?
I will admit, like when she started that entire thing, I face-palmed pretty hard because I thought it was going to be another ridiculous causality thing that comes out of basically all sci-fi at some point or another. Because one of the natures of high technology is, at what point does our unique humanness either no longer become unique, or become so indistinguishable from whatever gadget we're working with that it's no longer special. And that is not what happened there, as a matter of fact. January instead said, if nobody made you, you're still in existence. You still have to do something. You still have to be something. So it's an interesting question of what precisely you should be.
It's holding the psyche of all.
I'm gonna take the long way around to let Alex talk some more.
It's a kind of neural structure. Synaptic-like activity up and down the length of it, like it's communicating. Just one more to go. I knew you could handle this. Our father warned me not to stake so much of the company's future on your ideas. I was right to ignore him. We're a good team, Morgan.
I mean, that piece of car was back in there, but I just wanted to toot around for a bit in space.
Yep.
Probably should have gone out to the billboard. I'm going to have to show the billboard off in like a bonus video. There's a few things people have like talked about that I'm not doing in these videos that I'll probably end up showing off in like one final video after everything's done, where because I've got a lot of saves everywhere, so I can just goof around wherever and whatever.
I will have to ask, like, is there they're like the weird limit on save games in this game, the way there is in like the Dishonored games. I will say, like with
there's 3 games like you can put save files in for. It's kind of weird like that. Like there's like like session 1, session 2, session 3, and then you can just like save entirely in in the particular session you selected. Kind of weird. It's very console-y.
Interesting. Yeah, no, that's been the number one thing that's driven me absolutely insane, both in Dishonored 1 and as we gear up for Dishonored 2. I've done most of my stuff. Oh, I should shut up for this.
They're lying to you.
Search complete.
Excellent work. All that's left is integrating the data after you upload it. Hard to tell from just a scan summary, but... Wait. What is... There's some kind of neural tripwire built into the coral. Christ. Morgan, get back to my office. We have to get your data uploaded now. Hurry.
Zoom! But yeah, you can only have like 25 saves or something like that in a playthrough of Dishonored, which drives me absolutely bonkers. Just absolutely damn bonkers.
I shake my head. Arcane, you do things so great, and then there's that. I don't understand.
I thought for certain that they would fix that one in Dishonored 2, but no. I got like 3/4 of the way through the game, and it was just like, nah, dog, you don't get any more save games. And I was just like, what are you, hourly? I mean, why do you care? I have my hard drive is terabytes big.
Good dogs. Yeah, I don't know.
Talk.
Oh well. Yeah, so we're coming up towards the it's probably fair to say we're coming up towards the end of the game now. We're getting very close to the ow.
Good lord!
I love
thought you had gotten those jerks away.
To upload the data, I'll get it integrated into the fabrication plan for the new null wave device as fast as possible. And be careful. The Typhon will begin to sense our intent to harm the coral. They're going to come after you.
Like they haven't been already.
I left something for you on my desk that should help.
Oh,
where precisely have you been that you've been back to your desk and away again, and now you're gone again? Like, what the fuck, honey?
Dr. Hadley Dalton will deliver.
He's pretty tricky, that Alex.
Connectomes in the lobby training center later this week. Sounds exciting. Space is limited, so
sounds exciting.
I'm very excited. Can you hear my excitement?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on!
Morgan, transfers hold it. Something or someone. Shit.
This is Commander Walter Dahl. The TranStar Board of Directors has authorized me to take full command of Talos 1, effective immediately. All employees must now report to the shuttle bay for evacuation. Those of you unable to comply, transmit an SOS and my team of rescue operators will locate you. One last thing. Alex and Morgan Yu have been relieved of their positions. Do not consent to their requests or assist them in any way. Dahl out.
I don't know whether to make a borderline.
We have a problem!
Oh, Jesus,
we have a very large problem!
This is happening right now.
And more than that, they know where we are because I have a tracking bracelet on. Say hello to the military operator, as they're supposed to be. These guys are nasty.
We're locked out.
No shit.
He already has his hooks into every major system of what Talos want.
Hi!
I have to admit, I'm disappointed with our parents. And usually they had a contingency in place, but a small foolish part of me believed they wouldn't use him against their own flesh and blood. Regardless, we're not getting this coral data through until we do something about it. I don't like it, but you're gonna have to get into his command shuttle. See if you can locate his access point and cut him off.
Oh my lord.
And so begins one of the final chapters of the game. We're on to Repo Man. So, anybody who was wondering whether or not Steve Blum was going to like rear his head in a pronounced manner, be rest assured he is here with a vengeance and a large fleet of extremely nasty military operators here to fuck our day up.
Shooting the scenery in the greatest way.
I mean, he's not just like the important thing to note about those military operators is that they're being made from the operator stations. He has an infinite supply of military operators to ruin our day.
Oh my god.
Your only defense is to put like an object in front of them, which is incredibly fiddly.
Oh my lord. Well, just when I was making comments about how the Typhon appear to be scared of us and are no longer a threat, they're just like, okay, here, let me throw something with military grade equipment at you, and also it's human, so eat a dick.
We are our own worst enemy as a race.
True story.
The Repo Man is arguably one of my favorite parts of this game. A lot of people don't like it. We'll be talking some more about why that is once we get into it. It's a fantastic, responsive part of this game, and is part of one of the big reasons why I absolutely adore this game.
I don't know. My sadness right now is that I don't know whether to make a Borderlands reference, a StarCraft reference, because him showing up like that reminds me of Dugall from the UED fleet, or just Repo a Genetic Opera reference, because seriously, it's just like, all of them are so obvious. I can't choose. This is how you kill me.
No, they did it.
Kill me, Arcane.
Arcane knew what they were doing. There is one shiny bright side to all of this, though. He has a shuttle.
You could, he
has
that
a
to
very
go
large shuttle.
far away.
We can use that to rescue everybody that's currently alive on the station. So what's going to be coming along with this video is there's going to be a poll. I'm going to have everyone choose how we're going to handle this situation with the station, because now we have two options that I'm going to put on the table. We have still the ability to destroy the entire station. We will get the arming key. But now we also have the opportunity to perhaps merely destroy the Typhon and preserve all of the horribly unethical but entirely amazing data and everything else that we have got. And also probably retain all of the weird Typhon matter that's been left behind, and therefore maybe even be able to still continue to produce like some newer mods for the future. So it's essentially coming down to a question of whether people think this is something that we should really continue to pursue, or perhaps it would be a better idea if we follow January's instructions and just blew it all up. These are both Morgan's ideas in the end, and so we, as Morgan, you have to take responsibility. Not me. That's why I'm doing the straw poll.
One of our actions.
Yes. So I'm going. That leaves everybody with something to mull over. Next time we're going to have to deal with Dahl, and it is quite interesting, and I really, really, really look forward to telling you guys why Dahl is such an interesting event in this game. Until then, I've been the Last Robokai.
And I have been Cool Guy.
We'll see you all next time.